When you think about the pandemic on the global stage and where we are at this turning point and this exciting milestone in the development of vaccines, what are you most concerned about in ensuring that they have equitable distribution and that they don't continue, that the model for the rollout doesn't exacerbate already existing inequalities?
Yeah, thanks for that question, Moira, because this is fundamental question. I mean, what we have to think about, though, are people in middle and low income countries. And here's why. If we don't, we're going to see twice as much death, and we're going to also see a much slower recovery of all of our economies around the world. The Eurasia Group predicts that if, in fact, we start to take care of low and middle income countries, we'll add over $200 billion in the US economy in the next 5 years. So there's a huge opportunity that will help us bring back things like travel and supply chains like manufacturing. But if we let this disease continue to bounce around the world, even if it's not in our high income countries, it is going to be a very, very long time till we have global economy back up and running. And the US is going to suffer from it, as will Europe. So it's not only the right thing to do, it's the responsible thing to do.
Just because things are the right thing to do and the responsible thing to do doesn't mean they always get done. And right now with this pandemic, so many countries in many respects have turned inward to be able to tackle the disease and curb its devastating effects within their own borders. But obviously, if we don't address this on the global stage, as you said, everyone will suffer. What do you say to leaders who are continuing to obviously put focus within their own countries and their own people around this urgency to really begin to think differently across this on a global stage, and how they think differently about their resources and assets and power capital around this issue beyond just their own borders?
Well, luckily, there's been a group of very enlightened leaders who have come together in the last many months, who have done fundraising. Now, there's more needed to say, we do care about the rest of the world, and we do care about it for the right reasons and the responsible reasons. For any other government that hasn't done that and is looking just at their own, inside their own borders, I say to them, it's not sensible. You are going to have a much slower recovery. People aren't going to be able to travel out of your country or into your country. You're still going to have these manufacturing and supply chain issues that we're facing now. So your road in your own country to recovery is going to be much slower. So what you really should think about is, first, healthcare workers all over the world, because they are the ones keeping all of us safe and will continue to, so it doesn't bounce back into your country. And then you got to think about not only your own citizens, but citizens everywhere else.